Okay, so I'm going to start with a little bit of this spray. This is the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe Herbs and Rose Water, and it's for all skin types. And I've been spraying my face with this before I put my moisturizer and primer and foundation on. Now, I'm not a big fan of anything rose scented, but that doesn't bother me. It's not overpowering. It doesn't last on the skin. So I've actually really been enjoying using that. So I've been spraying my face with that before I start with anything. And then sometimes I will actually set my makeup with it too. I got that at Urban Outfitters. It was $7. So not a bad price. I've been reading some, not reviews, but like things on Instagram, and people seem to really like it, so I wanted to give it a try. And I got this little deluxe sample of Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. It's intense hydration. It's for drier skin types. And I've been using this on my face because it's wintertime and I feel like my face needs a little extra help because it has been on the dry side. And then for my primer, I'm just using my Smashbox Photo Finish Dark Spot Correcting Primer. Okay, for my foundation, I'm going to use my Studio Fix Liquid in NC20. I never use this. I rarely use this because, I mean, it's not a bad foundation. A lot of people who have oily, like are prone to more oily skin, like to use this. And I'm just using my Beauty Blender to sort of buff this in. But it is a more full coverage, which I do. It's a medium to full coverage, which I do like applying it with the Beauty Blender because it kind of shears it down a little bit, so I get the coverage, but it doesn't, it's not like full. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of Benefit Highbrow. This is the pink one. I never know what the name of this is. It's not even on the pencil. So anyway, it's the pink one. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this underneath my eyebrow. I was plucking my eyebrows the other day and I accidentally took a little too much off, like right in the front here on my brow. So now I have like a gap. Luckily, eyebrows grow in pretty fast. Okay, and then to fill in my eyebrows, I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. See right here, I accidentally took, I didn't notice that. Looks kind of weird. I locked my bedroom door, so now of course the dogs are trying to get in. When I make videos, I like to keep my bedroom door shut. But the animals don't like closed doors. So even though they'll come in and then they'll leave right away, they don't like the fact that my door is closed, which I think is hilarious. I'm going to use my Hakuhodo brush, which I haven't used this in a while. Let's go ahead and smooth my eyebrows out. Now this side got a little thick, so I am going to use some concealer to kind of cut it down a little bit, like right up in here. It got a little too thick. And my eyebrows, I mean, everybody's eyebrows are like this. They don't grow in completely like symmetrical and even, so this side actually does grow up a lot, a little bit thicker than this side. But even though I'm not like a fanatic about my eyebrows being completely 100% symmetrical, I don't like for one to look way thicker than the other. So I'm going to chop that sucker off in just a second. So when I say I'm going to chop it off, I just take a little bit of concealer and I use my NW20 on a MAC 212 brush. And what I do is I just go right along the top here. And just take some off. Okay, for my base, I'm just going to use a paint pot, and I'm probably going to take Painterly, which, there it is. I'm just going to use my finger to put that on. If you don't know what Painterly looks like, that's what it is. It is a MAC paint pot. It's crease-proof, water-resistant. Has a, I believe it's like a 12-hour wear. Okay, so onward with the eyes, we're using the Smashbox Full Exposure Palette. This is new to me. Definitely not new in YouTube land, or it's been out for quite some time. But I'm going to use this today. I am, however, going to start with a MAC color first. Saddle is what I'm going to start with, and if you're not sure what that looks like, this is Saddle, if I can hold it correctly. Here's Saddle. This is going to go into my crease. That's probably one of my #1 used colors. I use that one the most. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush like this and put this right into my crease. Okay, so Saddle is on, and that just goes right into my crease. It doesn't have to be the neatest application. It's just as long as you have it in your crease and maybe just slightly above. If you have eyes like mine, start in your crease and then blend it upwards. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into the Smashbox palette, and there are no color names, so I'm assuming that, oh, let's see, this color here maybe is M7 or M1, I don't know. It's on the back like that, but we're going to start with this darkest brown color right here. And I'm going to use a flat shader brush. This one's a Mac 242 brush. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right into... Actually, we're going to do something a little bit different today as far as placement. So I'm just going to kind of put this right along my lash line and just sort of angle up and then push the color in. And then I'm going to use my big fluffy brush here. And in a minute I'm going to switch to my 217 brush. I'm a 217 from MAC. And that looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into that brown color and press some more in. And then I'm just going to lightly press right here in this outer corner. See there? And don't worry if it gets a little bit messy, like see how it's out a little bit far right there, not a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this. So I'm going to go back into another MAC product, and this is a cream color base. For this look, I'm going to use this one here. I believe this one is called Nude, this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, and I'm going to place that on my lid. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to use one of the more glittery eyeshadows here, and I want it to stick really well to my eye. So I'm going to place some of this on my lid, and I'm using a synthetic brush to do this. Nude is my favorite cream color base for the eyes. I mean, it is my absolute favorite. I use it all the time. It just makes things like pressed pigments, glitters, some of the pigments that have a little bit more of like that, they're a little more grainy, so they're not as like finely milled as a regular eyeshadow. It just makes them stick better. The colors, like the glitter aspect of the eyeshadow, sort of maintains its consistency. And another thing that I like too is that it doesn't end up all over my face when I press it in, so that's always a bonus. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this glitter color on here. I was going to use that one, but I think I'm going to do that one for today and make it, I wanted to do like an all brown smoky eye, but I think I'm just going to use this gold for today, and then maybe in another video if anyone wants to see like the brown with this, like brown with brown, let me know. But I just really like how the cream color base, it just makes the more like glitter type colors, anything with a frost, stand out just a little bit more. So what I'm doing is I'm just loading my brush up with eyeshadow and just pressing it in on top of the cream color base. Alright, so I'm going to go back into a little bit of Saddle with that 224 brush, or the whatever fluffy brush you have. And I'm just going to go right in through my crease here. And remember, blending is key. The more you blend, the better it's going to look. All right, and then we're going to go back into the full exposure palette, and I'm going to use this color right here. That's going to go into my inner corner. And then I also am thinking about running it underneath my eyebrow, which I don't do that anymore, but I'm thinking about putting it in there today. And I'm just using a really small eyeshadow brush. This is a 228 from Mac. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of liner on. I'm going to go ahead and use my black track on just a small 210 brush. I'm going to use a smudger brush. This is a MAC 214. And I'm going to go back into that dark brown color, the outer corner color here, and then I'm going to kind of smudge it into this dark. So you see where I started my liner down here? I'm going to smudge it out with a little bit of that brown. And I'm going to take that about halfway, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to take that little end of the Smashbox brush, the little pencil brush side, and I'm just going to go right underneath here and blend that out. So the color should be darker in the outer corner and have it fade as it goes towards your inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of mascara, and I did get a big Urban Decay Perversion mascara, so I'm going to go ahead and use that one. Okay, so eyeballs are pretty much done. I might go back at the end and touch something up. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to use a little bit of my Pixie Peach corrector right in here to get rid of some of that sort of bluish purple discoloration that I have in that inner corner. And then I'm going to use a little bit of my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20. And I just put a little bit on the back of my hand and kind of spread it around with my finger. I really like this brush. This is my Sephora Airbrush Concealer Brush. But I feel like I need a new one because this one the bristles aren't as, they're kind of like, it's really splayed. And it's not as soft as it used to be. So I was thinking about getting another one. I'm just going over the edges with my Beauty Blender. Okay, so I am going to do a little bit of contouring today. I'm going to use something different for my contour. These are MAC cream color bases, and I mean, you've probably figured out that I really like using these a lot now. I use a cream color base somewhere on my face almost every day. It's usually on my eyes, but every once in a while I will use one of these to contour with. So my favorite one lately to contour with is this one here. It is called Root. I'll show you what that looks like on my hand. It's pretty dark. It's kind of hard to describe the color. It's like a cool sort of, I don't know, it's brown, cool, maybe like a grayish brown. I don't know, but it really looks very pretty on as a contour. So I've been using that one. And when I first looked at that, I never would have thought it would make a good like contour color, but it really does. And I got this new brush from Sephora. This is the Pro Flawless Airbrush. I don't know what this is. I guess this is like a foundation brush. I don't know, but I've been using it for contour because I really like this edge on it, and I can blend out easily with that. So I just take the tip and just press it into the base, and then just go right along my cheek and then up with that. And then I do go along my hairline. Okay, so I have my contour on. I'm going to go ahead and powder. So I do all the cream stuff first, and then I go in with the powder and powder after. So to set my concealer, I'm going to use my NARS powder. This is the Loose Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. And I actually prefer this to MAC's powder, the Emphasize, which I will probably use just in my kit from now on, because I just felt like it was a little too like glittery. I don't know. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. I am going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. So if you use MAC's Studio Fix liquid, you know that it is a matte finish. I still like to powder my face after, especially if I'm using anything like cream, like a cream bronzer or whatever. I like to powder because I like for everything to set. I got this yesterday. I've never used blush from MAC to add contour to my face. Well, the other day my face was looking pretty whatever, blah. So I grabbed blunt and started to play around with it and realized I do like it to enhance my contour. So that's what I'm going to use today. So this is blunt. And I'm going to use it on my new brush, my new Wayne Goss brush. This is the 02. It is the softest brush I have ever used. This is the softest brush I own. This brush puts my MAC brushes to shame. And how, I mean, dare I say it, to shame. I'm going to definitely be ordering more of his brushes. It's definitely, in my opinion, worth it. Like, I just want to rub this around my face all the time. So I'm going to use this blunt right in my contour area here. Now, blunt does have a sort of like a reddish undertone to it. So you have to be careful if you're fair like I am when using blunt. And make sure that you do a good job of blending it out and not starting off with too much product at one time. Because you will be sitting here forever trying to blend it out. Now I'm going to use the same brush with my bronzer. And yeah, I'm going to use bronzer too. Lately I've been going a little more easy on the eyes and been doing a little bit more with the face. So same Wayne Goss brush. I'm using my Laguna bronzer from NARS, which is my favorite bronzer. And I'm just going to lightly go over the top of my cheekbone with this, because I'm debating on whether or not I want to use a blush or not. I think I might. I think I'm going to use Cantaloupe. This is from MAC as well. That's Cantaloupe. Same brush. And I'm just lightly brushing this across the top of my cheek. Just lightly. Okay, and then for highlight, I think I am going to use... I'll use one that I haven't used in a while. This is Perfect Topping. We actually have this back now with our latest collection, the Lightness of... Isn't it terrible? I can't remember the name of the collection. Lightness of Being, I think. I don't know. But Perfect Topping is in that collection. I'm going to use my Sigma Tapered Highlighter brush. This is the F35. And I'm just going to put some of this right along the top of my cheek. Okay, and then for lips, I'm going to use a little bit of this lip liner. I can never pronounce this, so I don't even bother. So that's the one that I'm using, and it is from MAC. And that is all I'm going to use. I'm going to line and fill my lips in and then use a little bit of maybe like my Viva Glam 6 gloss, probably. But that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so the lip is on. I like it. I think that the Viva Glam 6 gloss over the top of it is really pretty. And I'll zoom in so that you guys can see. I think it's pretty. And again, I just lined my lips, filled them in with the Burr liner from MAC, and then I went over it with the gloss. I do think it looks nice with the eyes, because the eyes didn't turn out quite as dark as I originally thought they were going to, which is nice. It's just kind of like a good everyday sort of smoky eye. But I like it. So let me zoom in on the eyeballs a little bit for you guys so you can see. And I think it's pretty. I really do like this palette. I was glad that I got it. I know that there is another full exposure palette. I'm not really interested in that one. I probably won't be getting that. The same thing with the Too Faced chocolate bar. I know there's another one. I won't be getting either of those. But I will be getting the new Sephora Pantone palette. So yay! I'll be doing a video with that hopefully soon. As soon as I can find some time. Boy, this full-time work thing is like really digging into my YouTube time. Today is Monday. I won't be able to make another video until Sunday. I have to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I won't have any time in the evening unless I make a video on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. Alright, anyway, but that's it. I hope you guys liked today's look and my really flat hair. Oh, and I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for being patient. You know, I know that I go through these, you know, times during the year where I won't make a video for like 2 or 3 weeks. I know earlier this year it was like probably 4 months I didn't make a video. It's just work. Work kind of the hours, especially through December. We had extended hours at work. I was working until 10:15 in the evening. I just had no time. And I've been tired a lot. We had that big Mac event, which by the way was a massive success. Thank you to Lisa, Shanice, and also Lori for coming. It was really awesome meeting you guys. The event was just, it was amazing, but I got burned out and then I got sick and I've been sick. I'm just now starting to feel better. Been sick for the last like week and a half since the event. Yeah, I got sick. And then just kind of getting back to normal with work hours. So hopefully I can get back into it. I'm going to try to do a haul video after this. But anyway, I'm rambling. So thank you guys so much for watching and being here. I really appreciate it so much. So you guys take care. Have a great day and I will see you again very soon. Bye.